Well, Matt, nice GTS Garage. Today we're going to do a little bit of a product review, but first I'd like to say I've not been here for a while. The reason is because I've been riding the bike. We've managed to get up to Scotland, managed to go to Wales a couple of times. It has just been fairly busy across the weekend. Did about 4 or 5 trips over to France, which was amazing. So this time I'm settling down now, and the only alternative is I either work in the garage or I have to do DIY. So I'm going to do a product review today, delay that DIY for as long as I possibly can. So today, or let me go one step back. I used to have a Karcher jet wash. I used to do the bike, and I know a few of you say, oh, you're not allowed to do that. But again, stand away from the bike, use your common sense. If you're going to go right up to all the bearings and everything with the nozzle right against them, you're going to blow the grease out, and yes, it is going to damage your bike. But you can use a little bit of common sense, step back a couple of steps, maybe 2 or 3 steps, and then just use it from there. All you're trying to do is get the bike wet so you can apply some muck off or whatever you like, and then just wash it off. It is not rocket science. You're able to do it without damaging your bike. So please do not leave comments in the back saying, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, because I won't read them. So I had one of those. I had the K2, I think, which was quite a fairly good one, not too bad. But for some reason, over a period of about last 6 months, I stopped using it. Went to use it again, and for some reason, it just wouldn't start. The engine, the motor wouldn't spin. So it was on, but there was no motor, there was no power. So I jumped in and I went to get another one, and the other one's like for a K2 is about 80. I want to say it's like 89 quid for a very small model. So I bought one, and then I was looking around and I noticed Argos had cheap, and I'm not going to lie, it's a cheaper end of it, but had all the attachments I was after. So this model is the Mcgregor pressure washer. Hopefully you can see that. Plain green, nothing fancy, and it costs 40 quid rather than the 89 of the K2. Now there will be a few who says, oh, that's not going to last you very long. Potentially, I don't know. I've only had it a couple of weeks. So let's open the box and let's see what you get inside. Okay, so what do you get for your £40 compared to the Karcher's £89? Well, the first thing you get is a 1400 watt motor. I think that's equivalent to what the K2 Karcher is. Maybe not. If it's wrong, please don't flame me. It's a 1400 watt motor, 100 bar max pressure and a 70 bar rated pressure. Now I believe the Karcher is slightly higher, but to be absolutely honest, for washing bikes and the fact that you can damage bikes by going too close, the fact that it's underpowered, it doesn't bother me any. So that's what the rating is for those that's important to. What I get, or what you will get, is the gun. You'll get about a 10, 11, 12 foot hose. You will end up with the attachments for the gun, and you will end up with, the reason I purchased this model is you get the foam, snow foam gun. Now I'll show you how this works, or I shall give you a demonstration of it. To be honest, not overly impressed first off with that, for many reasons which I'll go into later on. Now Karcher do a separate attachment. You can buy one of these, probably a different shape, maybe even larger, for the Karcher, but it's about 30 quid to purchase. So this one comes with the kit, and I'll show you how good or bad that is shortly. The other thing you get is just the unit, and it kind of comes with a little bit of a storage thing at the back, which is quite nice. But other than that, that is what you get for your 40 quid. So let's move on from there. Oh, for one thing, the thing I'm going to be using now, there are very expensive versions of snow foam, and I am using the Demon foam for this demonstration. Going to be honest, not particularly impressed, but I don't know if that's the Demon foam or if actually it's a useless gun. But we will see what happens. Right, let's crack on. So the first thing we're going to do is just wash the bike down. So it's just 3 connecting rods basically. And again, not difficult to put together. let's now use the snow foam. The thing you'll notice is how quickly that goes down. The demonstration. So in summary, we have the Karcher K2, we have the Mcgregor pressure washer. Mcgregor pressure washer, when I bought it, was £40. Full disclosure, that has now gone up. So I thought I saw one for 70, but I'm sure if you shop around you could get it for less than that. But the one I saw online first glance was £70. The Karcher is £69 currently in B&Q. The only difference between the two in whatever you get is this has the snow foam attachment, which, to be honest, if you saw out there, didn't really ring my bell, to be honest. Maybe come across as a bit of a gimmick. It's too small. You need to refill it. You need to refill it at least twice if you're washing a bike. If you were going to wash a car, I would imagine you're going to be filling that 2 or 3 times. And it didn't work particularly well. Not in comparison to the ones that you see down in the petrol stations, where you can barely see the bike under the foam. If you can see that, 99% of that was water, and you had 1% of it which was foam. Now I should double check that that's not a twisty knob, which is not good, because I was wondering whether there was an attachment that you could turn that round to increase the flow, but you can't. So to me that's a gimmick, but I wouldn't like to write that off on the basis that it very well could be just the product I'm using. It may be that Demon Foam's rubbish in it, but you buy snow foam and it's actually, it does what it says on the tin. So it's not a bad product. The fact that it may be slightly underpowered compared to the K2 is almost irrelevant when you're doing bikes, when you're doing cars. If you were cleaning some stubborn masonry, potentially, you need a Karcher for that, but that, no problem at all. Would I buy it again? Where this one doesn't excel is in accessories. The K2 Karcher, if you buy the basic model, they do a whole myriad of attachments that you can buy. So, you can buy those as you go on. They're fairly expensive. The snow foam attachment, slightly larger than the bottle down there, is £30 on its own. So that's what you're buying. You're buying that for 30 quid. You can also get patio lances and all sorts like that, but it's additional money on top, on top, on top. And I've had a K2, and to be honest, it didn't last. It probably lasted about 2 years. I think the fact that it's such a small motor, the more you use it, it tends to burn out. But that's not a baby Karcher. I could find exactly the same with this. I mean, they're just small motors, that's all they are. So I think that is it. Would I buy it again? Yes, for what I'm using it. If you're going to buy this for £70, then I would say don't buy it for £70. If you buy it for £40, I would say buy it for 40 quid. £70 is Karcher money, and Karcher is the bigger brand, and as already reviewed and discussed, there is a little bit more power in the Karcher, and if that means you just got to one more step back to clean your bike with it, you may as well get the product that's going to do a myriad of things. This is alright for what I want it for. I hope you found that useful. You take care of yourselves, and I shall see you very soon for the brakes on the Triumph, because I've still got to do the brakes on the Triumph. I'm going to be giving that I'm almost going to be giving that a service, because even though I've got to put it in, I'm still going to do the majority of the work myself. You take it easy, ride safe, and I shall see you on the road soon. The weather's nearly here and I can put the winter gloves away. You take care. Bye bye.